everyone. Welcome to my little corner where there is no wrong way to play with paper. Today we are going to talk about using die cuts in different ways and using our dies, using our product. That's what this little series is about. I'm hoping to show you some things maybe you don't know or refresh your memory on things you do know, because nothing I'm doing is new to the party. Like, it's just not. But some folks, we get these dies, and myself included, it can stump you, or at least it does me. And so those of us who swap over on Ginger's Corner, I wanted to give you examples on how to use the things you already have to create multiple layers, all right? Or how to use a die. Again, I'm not a genius here. I'm not pulling out new tricks. I'm just showing what I know over the years of doing things, and I hope it inspires you. I would love if in the comments you tell me what you do or another idea. We learn from each other, because you're not just telling me. Anyone that reads the comments are seeing that as well, and I would love for you to do that. And I always reply, and I appreciate you. I really do. So let's just talk about a die cut. So I have die cut this, and you will see that I have die cut it twice, okay? One of the things that you can do with dies is you can cut it out of two colors, right? And you can layer it. So you'll notice this one is the whole die. I had a 6x6 scrap here that I used. And then this one, I didn't cut the whole die because the scrap that I had wasn't the big enough, but that's okay, because all I wanted it for was the flower elements. All right, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors, and I'm going to very carefully, now some of these you have to use your imagination. I don't want to just snip it off and not have the whole flower there, right? So I'm gonna go just like so, and I'm going to carefully give it a smaller edge, okay? And I'm gonna cut around these petals. Remember to move your paper, not your scissors. All you want to do with your scissors is cut. That's it. You don't want to move your scissors. You want to move the paper and go around these little petals in this die cut. That's all I'm doing. At least that's what works best for me. Okay, so I'm going to pull that one off. We're going to do this one right over here. We're going to give it just a tiniest of edge, because when we glue this down, I want to see this brown outline. Like, I want it to look like it has two layers. I don't want it to look like I didn't do anything to it. Okay, you do not have to be perfect. Flowers are not perfect. They're not. Don't get in your head that you have to be the best fussy cutter on the planet. You do not. Okay, so now I have fussy cut that out. Now what I need to do is I need to line it up, and I need to glue it down. But before I do that, I am going to gently ink the edges of this. It gives it another layer, okay? So already, if this is all I do, I'm gonna show you another layer, but if this is all that I do here, I've already got 3 layers, right? I have two, see how different that looks? Isn't that cool? I have 2 layers of paper, all right? And now I have a layer of ink. That's 3 layers. Lots of fun. And it's crafting. It's fun. Have fun with it. Please have fun with it, all right? Well, now that I've done the edge, sunflowers have that beautiful glow right in the middle, right? And this is a little bit too big. So I'm going to take, if I can find them, some Q-tips, okay? These are actually lipstick applicators. My bestie came up with this idea because she's a genius. And we're going to ink it really well, okay? I'm gonna put some ink on there. And then I'm going to take the center, and I'm gonna ink the center. I'm gonna give it another dimension. Just ink the center here, just like so, okay? Doesn't have to be perfect. It'll make these little, dots, what are those? Embossed. They're actually dots. They actually did die cut, but even if it was just embossed, it'll make it stand out a little bit. All right. So we're going to do that. So here is still just the 3rd layer. Okay. But we are making it come to life, I guess, best way to describe it. All right. So we've done that. Then I'm going to take my crafting tweezers. If you don't have any, it's worth investing in. They're a few bucks on Amazon. I will tell you, I think it takes a while to get used to them. Because they kind of work opposite of regular tweezers, right? A little bit to open them. But once you get the hang of them, just practice. It took me a while. I would say it took me probably 3 months before I was comfortable with them, which maybe that's a long learning curve, but hey, I'm okay with that. You're just gonna sit here. This is when that fine tip applicator on your glue really comes in handy, right? And I just wanna I don't need a ton on there, but really this edge, I wanna make sure I've got that edge tacked down. I can always go back and add more, right? But I really wanna make sure I have this edge covered. I don't want it coming up. I will tell you, it is my opinion, and when you're first doing this, okay, you start practicing this, try using heavier cardstock. You will get less frustrated. It will be easier to work with. I've done it with thin cardstock. It totally works. Same thing, but it's a little harder to work with. Just saying. Okay, so we're going to put this right over, and once you get like a part lined up, in general, if you just lay it across, it will lay where it is meant to be. Okay, see that? Just like that. Woohoo! Now look at that. That already has 2 layers. And isn't that cool? That's really cool. And this is a beautiful die cut, but one that I personally would struggle. How am I going to give this more than just a die cut look? I want it to look like more. So next I have this piece of this is thinner even, okay? So these were really, trying to think, what's the word I'm trying to use? Thicker cardstock, okay? I feel like that's supposed to punch out. Oh, it is. See? Do take the time to punch them out too. It'll make it look better. There we go. Oh, you're gonna hear my grandbaby. She's so sick. She's so sick I might have to go if she wakes up. She's coughing. She was sleeping. Okay, so I'm gonna go take care of my grandbaby, but I'm gonna be right back and we're going to talk about what else we can do to this. Just hang in there. I appreciate you being gracious. Just one second. All right, so now what I wanna do, I've put the die cut over the die cut, right? We have 2 and I've inked it and given it some shading. Now I want to do, this is just a scrap that I've had this paper for a while, and I'm going to back it. Backing it is another way you can give your die cuts dimension. It's no different than a cut file that you may do on your Cricut or you purchase through scrapbook.com or wherever you purchase it. It's the same thing. You just want to back it. So I'm kind of liking these little firefly things in here, these little moths. I don't know what they're called. So maybe we can, when I say we, I mean me, I can arrange it so it is like that. Or do I want to just go like this and I could stamp a sentiment on there later down the road or add it? I think I'm going to go like this just to give myself more options later. So what I'm going to do, I always like to use my tweezers when I am doing some intricate gluing, for a lack of a better way to say it. I feel like I can control it better. Do whatever works best for you. You're going to hear me say that a lot in this video. There is not a wrong way to use your tools or to create. I know I say it all the time, but that's the truth. This is your happy place. Well, I hope it's your happy place. This is my happy place. This is where I find I am centered, I'm creating, I don't know, killing time maybe. You know, some of us get to a stage, our babies are all grown up and they don't need us all the time. I mean, yeah, I had to step away and I have my grandbabies, but it's not the same. And my mom once told me, you've probably heard me say this many times, a mother works herself out of a job, right? And we have to find the things that bring us joy. Recording the memories from when my babies were little brings me a lot of joy. Yeah, now and then I shed a tear. Y'all have seen me be sappy, but more often than that, it brings me a lot of beautiful memories, and I hope that they look back on it and see the love that I put into it. That's what it's about, right? Just sitting here. It's no different. I used to quilt a lot. It's the same thing. You just do it. I'm not always the best at it, but I do it, and my love, sweat, tears, all of that is in it. Like I said, sometimes you get emotional, but for the most part, it's a good thing, right? Okay, so I will tell you to save your scissors. Let it dry a little bit, okay? So we're gonna let it dry. While it dries, I'm going to take these flat back black, they're not really enamel dots, they're what I buy. And I'm going to put some in the centers. And we're going to do different sizes because the flowers are different sizes. These remind me of sunflowers, but you could see them maybe as daisies if you wanted to. Whatever you like. Okay, let me get my pickup tool here. We're going to do a bigger one in the center of these big ones. Okay, this, guess what? It is another layer, right? This is another way that we can take a simple die cut. A lot of people see it as very simple, and me personally, I don't. There's a lot of layers here. You just have to take the time to do it. That's all it is, really. I'm gonna dump these out in here so I can see the different sizes. And by doing this, I'm taking scraps of paper, I'm using the tools that I already have, and I'm creating with it. I want this one right here. It's being ornery. How do we get it? There it goes. Just like that. There's that layer. Now it's set there. It doesn't take glue very long to dry. And we're going to cut it just like this, and then I'm going to ink it. And I have taken a die cut that was just a simple dimension, and I've given it not one, right? Not two, inking, 3, backing it, and 4, I put enamel dots on it. 4 layers, and I gave it a totally different look than what we started with. So that's all the different ways that we can take die cuts and make something beautiful with them. Cut out different colors. I could have gone even further. I could have cut it in yellow. I could have cut it in pink. I could have done each one of these flowers different if I wanted to take the time and sit there and die cut them out. So lots of fun ways, I don't want to say manipulate, but to enhance, there we go, a die cut. Doesn't have to just be slapped on a simple piece of paper and fussy cut out. Yeah, we're backing it. That's kind of what that is, right? But we added so much more to it. Okay, now, if you're not perfect at fussy cutting, like me, myself, and I, don't be afraid to ink it. Ink it hides a lot. It hides a lot. It's my friend. So I'm just going to take it, and you'll probably still see the glue. It's still drying, but that's okay. It'll dry. Now, this yellow backing paper, it is thinner, so I do have to kind of be ginger with it. But and again, I do suggest if it's your first time, use some heavy cardstock, okay? It's going to be easier to fussy cut. It's going to be easier to put together. It's going to be easier to ink. Once you're comfortable with it, use whatever papers you have, like I did, okay? So there is one. We're just going to hang out and make another one. I actually have a couple more ideas. I'm going to show you this one here. Now we can use mixed media to make die cuts different, right? So let me show you this one. I've got to get all my ducks in a row. Makes me happy. All right. So I just had, I don't know when the video will come. Well, when we did the stamping, right? We did the video that we did the stamping and we did some mixed media. So I could have die cut out of this. Don't be afraid to die cut out of mixed media scrap paper even. I do it a lot. And then I had this one here and I die cut these flowers out of it, okay? This one here, I took it and these have like an ombre effect. Now, that is one way, right? That's one layer. I could do the exact same thing and I could back these if I wanted to. Oops, this one didn't get punched out. I could back these if I wanted to. I could add gems to the middle. Let's see what that would look like. Of these, right? I could take some gems and I could put in the middle of each one. If you had a piece of colored cardstock, and let's say, let me see if I have a 12 by 12 one in my scraps. Every once in a while I will put one in there. Oh, I think I have a green one. Okay, this is not going to be color matchy, right? But it's going to serve the point. You could create your own background with die cuts. You could mix media. You could just do like white. I could maybe create an arch. Let's say I had a formal photo and I could create an arch of flowers maybe. This might not be the best way, or a rainbow, or whatever you would like to do, but don't be afraid to use your die cuts and mixed media of all different kinds. You could even use this as a stencil and do your own mixed media. You could take ink. Let's see, here's my scrap, right? I really don't want to do, I could do it on the back. Okay, so you could take it and you could dab and you could make your own stencils with your metal dies and your die cuts. Okay, don't be afraid to do that. Use what you have, use your tools instead of us buying new ones. That's another way, mixed media. And then I thought I'd put one more together. Sometimes a die cut could be easy peasy, back it, call it good, you know, all that good stuff. And then we can add simple things to them to make them stand out. So I have this cactus die, another Temu die. Don't be shocked. Temu's affordable. So here this is, here, okay? And I'm gonna do all those same techniques again, all right? I have some scraps. Here's a pink, here's a green, here it is in black. This is my main die cut / cut file. That's really all it is, just a smaller version, right? Let's make sure we poke out all the little bits here. I feel like there's another one that needs to come out here. There we go. And then what I'm gonna do is I wanna back it right here, okay? So I'm gonna glue it down. I'm just gonna show you some simple things, and maybe you'll be inspired to do it. I would love for you to come and show me on my Facebook group. Join. Make sure you answer those questions, though. We just need to know you're not a robot, right? And that you understand that all art is acceptable and that there's not a wrong way. That's pretty much all you have to do. But I would love to see your work. Come and share it over on the group and tag me in it, and I would love to see it. I would also love your comments. Tell me how you like to use your die cuts. You know, these can be used not just in scrapbooking, but cards and journals and whatever may be an art project. My kids, let me tell you, my scrapbooking has come in handy for my children in their school projects. Oh no! One time my oldest, she used a piece of paper that I had been saving for the perfect layout. And I just kind of had to laugh because I'm always telling myself, stop saving it. Just use it. You can buy more. Okay, so we're going to let, oh, I shouldn't have done the flowers. Oh, Mayday, Mayday. See, there's always room for improvement, Ginger. Oh, I'm going to have to cut that. Let's see. Let's use this. Look what I did. I was too busy yakking. I want to back the flowers in this pink. So I'm going to do my best with these big old honkin' scissors to not let it be glued down. There we go. We did okay. We did all right. We might have missed a little spot. That's okay. When you do this, just piece it together. That's all this is some paper piecing. Okay. I'm going to go just like so. Once that glue has dried, I will cut off the extra, okay? Then I'm gonna take the pink and I wanna make my flowers out of the pink, okay? So I'm just going to glue this all down, but I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do with these flowers to give it some dimension. Once again, I want to mix and match, okay? And I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm gonna do here. Just a couple minutes. Gotta let this all dry before we can cut it out. Then I want this here to be like a vase. I want it to be brown. So I'm going to cut this off and just have this. And of course, I'm going to ink it. I know, you're shocked, right? Just use the residue that's off of our ink here. If you can get your, like in between when it has lines like this, ink it. Ink it, ink it. Give it some dimension, okay? We're gonna go like this and like so. You can mix and match things to create wonderful, wonderful embellishments to make those pages and cards be unique and special and stand out, okay? So I'm just gonna set that on top. It's already looking different, just like so. All right, then we gotta fussy cut this out. Why not? I'm gonna cut away the cumbersome part. I say that because there's no reason for it to be there, number one. And number two, if it's hitting my hand, it's gonna get in the way. Okay, I'm just tacking down this piece so it won't come up. And then we're just gonna cut around and back this. Okay, so once again, we're doing the same things. We're backing it, we're layering it by cutting it out of more than one color. Now I was very careful, see here, not to get the little thornies. I don't wanna glue the thornies to the green. So I'll just slide my scissors right behind them, see there, and cut around them, just like that. Now if it starts to get cumbersome and hit you, okay, cut it off. You don't need it, just cut it off. Okay, slide your scissors right behind there. Now this time I have 2 layers because I messed that one up. And if you accidentally cut off a thorn, ain't nobody gonna know it's there but you. Don't be telling them, right? Keep little secrets. All right, so just slide your scissors back from behind and just get right behind there. Just like that, okay? Then we're gonna cut this flower, back it. Now, if you find you've backed something, in this case I used black, so you know what I could do to hide any little bits that may stick out if I had them? I could totally ink the whole thing in black and hide those little pieces of paper, especially if you have cardstock that has a white core. You could totally do that. Remember to, see, I'm moving the paper. I am not moving my scissors. It helps you cut more accurately. You're concentrating more on just squeezing the scissors and not, see, like there's a little piece of pink. Okay, and here we are again. I need to slide behind the thorns and just squeeze your scissors. Okay, slide behind there. Nobody's ever gonna know. Just like that. Ta-da! Now, it already looks super, super cute. Does it look really cute? So I wanna dress it up again. Now let's talk about how many layers do we got here. Okay, I'm gonna add more, you know I am. So we've got the die cut, that's 1 layer. We backed it, that's 2 layers. We're gonna count the pink as the same backing, okay? We cut it again and add it on top of it. So that's 3 layers. What else can we do? Well, we still have some of this pink left. So here's what I'm thinking. I have a few different flowers here. Let me make sure I got flowers, not something else. Let's see, what do we got here? Well, I think I got flowers. Here we go. Here's a flower, here's a flower. This one, while it would, pardon me, probably fit right here really good, I want to go with a little something smaller. I thought I had another flower. It may have been, I had one recently kind of jam up on me, so I decided to purge it and wait till I bought a new one. But, so let's see, I have this one and I have this one. This is technically a snowflake, but trust me when I tell you it will double as a flower. And I'm going to take a punch and I'm going to go just like this. I'm going to punch that one out. Then we're going to punch out a little snowflake. We'll go here using all of our scraps. That's what we're doing. Okay. And we're going to just put a dot right here in the middle and one here. And guess what we're doing? We're adding more layers to our die cut, okay? Well, you know I want to put a pink gem inside of there. So let's do that. Let's put a pink gem inside, just like so. One here and one there. they're flowers. They need little gems. I think I'm gonna go with this size for the bigger one. And then I'm gonna go with tiny, tiny one, if I can get it off here for this one. There we go. Then you could sit and you could die cut, or punch, pardon me, this and make some matching flowers to go with it. You could even put like a couple down here, like they had fallen off, and make a little baggie, a cluster baggie. Just saying, totally could. Then on my cactus, I'm gonna add some more to that too. And I have these green gems. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with dark because this is a darker color. I wish I had, whoops, some gems. Did y'all see that? I quit. This dark green. Are these a little bit, no, they're the same. Okay, so let me pick up my disaster. There's gems everywhere. I'll pick it up later. And not everywhere, okay? I don't want to go everywhere. But like every other one, I'm going to add a gem to. And give it some fun. Why not? Yes, I picked the dark. I could have gone with a lighter green, but I want them to sparkle. I don't want them to take it over and all you see is the gems. So I tried to pick the more muted color that would blend into the background. Okay. So I'm going to keep on doing this. I hope I've given you some ways, ideas to enjoy your dies, your metal dies. I would love, again, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. That's how I'm going to know that you enjoyed it and that you want me to do it more often. With that, be blessed. I will be back. We're going to have one more video in this series, and we're going to talk about how to use your Cricut in different ways, or your die cutting machines. All right, I will see you then. Be blessed. Bye.